Hey everybody, this is John from Purple Sorcerer Games, and in this video we will be discussing about how to access the campaign data that you've entered online in the fourth tutorial. Longtime users of the Crawler's Companion will of course know this is an entirely different system from before. It's a somewhat simplified system, and the most important thing to remember is that you click on the battle screen, and is that when you're accessing your campaign data is to remember the name of the campaign that you entered online. And as I suggested in the video about creating the campaign data, is make sure that it's a somewhat longish name that you can remember, because really these are just files that exist on my server in a community folder, and so you want to make sure that they're unique but something you can remember, so there's not a name clash. But it comes default set to what is called published. And when you click on the foes button, then these are all of the published adventures that I have entered online for a number of Purple Sorcerer Games adventures and Goodman Games adventures and Attack of the Frogs from our good friends at Thick Skull Adventures. Those are all contained here. So, for example, if you're running the Emerald Enchanter and you're at Encounter 5, the Hall of Anguish, then if you click on it, it will take all of the foes from that encounter and it will add them to the battle. Now, of course, if you've created your own campaign, and I believe I have one called Johnny, let's type that in there. And now when we go to foes, rather than that big, huge list, there's a much smaller list of the items that I've specifically entered online. And so, of course, if you're going to be running a campaign session, then, just having like the smaller list of all of the encounters that you could conceivably run into in the course of that night's adventure, then it makes it a little less scrolling. But you can put as many as you want in there. But if it's a smaller list, obviously they're easier to get to. And then, but the same thing, you just click on the name of the encounter and boom. Now in this, of course, since I didn't delete the old guys, then it just adds them onto the list. But if I click refresh, it reduces this back to just our party members. And then, so if we were to go back in now it's just going to enter the new combatants. Now, of course, it's the same thing with your party members. If, like, now I had entered these parties online. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that, you have your local information and then you have this remote information. Now, if I was to go click on Bob's Hero Squad, it is going to go and erase any of the changes that I've made inside here. So if it's the same party and that you want to be able at some point to be able to click on this button in the future, then you're going to want to take this information and make sure that that is the information that's online, because then when you click on the button, it'll have the most recent information. But so if I go and I click on Bob's Hero Squad, then it goes and it adds the people that were inside that list. And so if we go back to party, there they are. For the Hero Squad, if I click on the Lumbermen, then there's these two people. So, if you have multiple parties, it makes it easy to switch between the two. So basically, that is the method for doing it. You make sure that you have your correct campaign name inside there. When you do, that means that it'll populate both of your foes and your party, and then it's just like before. You start off an encounter by making sure you have the right party information selected. You refresh it to clear off any foes. You click on foes, you click on the encounter, and boom, you are good to go.